So let's take another look at inequalities. So first, we're going to look at just determining whether values are true for an inequality. So that's when we're using substitution. So we're substituting the variable in to determine if it would make a true statement. So all I'm doing here is I'm taking this x value and plugging it in where x is in the inequality. So it's going to be 10 when it's next to x is times, so 10 times our x value of 13, bring down my inequality sign, bring down the number 105. And then I'm evaluating. 10 times 13 is 130, is less than or equal to 105. So is 130 less than 105? No. Is 130 equal to 105? No. So this is a false statement. Number 2, plugging in the x value of 4. So I've got 37 is greater than 6 times an x value of 4 plus 7. So bring down the 37, bring down my inequality symbol. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 7 is 31. So is 37 greater than 31? Reading left to right. Yes, that is a true statement. Now let's look at graphing. So first, looking at given a graph, writing the inequality, then we'll look at actually graphing it. So whenever I'm writing a inequality, given a graph, I'm just putting my variable on the left. I'm just going to use x, determining my numbers, remembering that negatives work in the opposite way. So negative 70, negative 71, negative 72, this is at negative 73. Then I'm determining, is it shaded to the left or to the right? Remembering that left means less, right means greater. So this is shaded to the left, which is less than. Since it is an open circle, there's no line underneath because it's not included. So that is our inequality. Let's try this one. Again, I'm going to do my variable on the left. This is right in between 45 and 46, so I'm going to say 45.5. If it's shaded to the left, it's going to be less than. If it's shaded to the right, it's going to be greater than. This is shaded to the right, so that is greater than. Since it's an open circle, there's no line underneath. Remember that less than or greater than is an open circle. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to would be a closed circle. So let's look at being given an inequality and then graphing. So first off, I'm checking, is my variable on the left? Yes, so I can leave it as is. Negative 63. When I start with negatives, I like to start from the right because they work backwards. So I'm going to do negative 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 65, 6, 7, 8, 9, negative 70. Then I'm going to find negative 63, 61, 62, 63, and I'm going to put a circle there. Since it has the line underneath, like I was just saying, that means it is a filled in circle. And since our variable is on the left side, our inequality symbol, which is greater than or equal to, kind of looks like an arrow pointing in the direction we need to shade, which is to the right. Number 6, my variable's not on the left side, so I'm going to flip-flop this. I'm going to put x on the left, 5 on the right, but since I flip-flopped those, I need to flip-flop my sign. And then I double-check. The pointed part was by the x there. The pointed part is still by the x here. So I've got a positive 5, so I'm going to start on the left. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Find 5, put my circle. Since there's no equal to part, it's going to stay as an open circle. And then my inequality symbol should look like an arrow pointing in the direction we need to shade, which is to the left, which makes sense because that symbol is less than. Solving inequalities. So just like we solve equations, I'm going to draw my line I'm going to highlight to identify my variable. We have positive 10, which I'm going to get rid of by subtracting 10 from both sides. That should cancel out. I am left with 4x. Bring down the inequality symbol. 26 minus 10 is 16. X is being multiplied by 4. The opposite is to divide each side by 4. Should cancel out on the side with the variable. Bring down our inequality symbol. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Let's try number 8. Draw my line down my inequality symbol. Identify my variable. I'm going to get rid of my 10 by subtracting 10 from both sides. Be careful with this one. We aren't left with y, we are left with a negative y. Bring down the inequality symbol. Negative 22 minus 10 is negative 32. But then we got to be careful. Y is negative. We want it to be positive. So it's being multiplied by negative 1. The opposite would be to divide by negative 1. On the side with our y, that will cancel. Since the actual number that we are doing the work with, we are dividing by negative 1, is a negative value, that means we need to flip our sign. And then here, negative 32 divided by negative 1 is a positive 32. All right, number 9. Drawing my line, highlighting my variable. X is being divided by 5, so to get rid of it, we're going to multiply, and I want to get rid of this negative as well, so I'm going to multiply each side by negative 5. On the side with the variable, the 5s and the negatives should cancel. I'm left with x. Since the actual number we were doing the work with, which was we were multiplying by negative 5, is a negative, our sign needs to flip from less than or equal to greater than or equal to. 14 times negative 5 is going to be negative 70. And last, identifying my variable. First thing I'm going to get rid of is my constant. I have minus 9, so I'm going to get rid of that by adding 9 to both sides. On the left side, it should cancel. I'm left with n over 4. Bring down our inequality sign. Negative 15 plus 9 is negative 6. N is being divided by 4. The opposite is to multiply each side by 4. It does not matter that this 6 here is negative. What matters is the number we are multiplying by to solve. That number is a positive, so what that means is our inequality sign stays the same. And we get our answer of n is greater than negative 24.